Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Masterpiece Lounge. I'm excited to be back with another segment. I am your hostess, certified life coach, author, speaker. I'm Chrisnatha. So, hello once again. As always, I do want to say hello and welcome everyone who's new here. This is the Masterpiece Lounge, where we have insightful conversation about all topics that help propel and push our personal and professional lives further ahead. And this is a safe space. So, welcome. Today, we're going to be discussing self awareness, the importance of self awareness, how to become more self aware, and what some of those benefits are in being more self aware as well. And so, I'm going to invite you to say hello in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from, and invite someone in your network to view this segment with you. All right. So I'll give you a moment to do that. And we're going to talk about five ways that you can become more self aware. And then we'll discuss and highlight some benefits in being more self aware. So that's what we're going to do. And I do want to first start off by sharing why self awareness is even important, right? What's the point? Well, being self aware is important because it allows us to identify strengths, weaknesses, and identify areas where we might need to improve upon. All right. So it's important that you don't use this self awareness process or journey to judge or criticize yourself. That's definitely not the point of it, but it's to notice what you do. Notice your patterns, right? Notice your patterns. Be aware of your personal limitations. It gives you an opportunity to see what areas you can grow in and how you can help yourself set goals to improve in different aspects of your life. So, that is the point of self awareness. It's always important to know, where am I? How am I doing? How can I be better? Right? I may not be aware that I make people feel away. I may not be aware that I self sabotage, right? And so having self awareness is the first step. And then, of course, you can take steps in changing your behavior. All right, so let's jump into five ways that we can work on being more self aware, because it's really important that we don't just know what to do, but that we know how to apply it, how it benefits us. It's really important because our segment is all about growth, all about personal and professional growth. And so the first way is meditation. The first way to become more self aware is meditation. And for me, I'm going to throw in prayer in there because prayer is a lifestyle. It's important to me. And so I'm going to throw that in there too. So, prayer and meditation. As most people know, meditation is like a practice of improving your moment by moment awareness. And some forms of meditation begin with focusing on and appreciating the simplicity of breathing, right? We talked about breathing exercises before, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, right? But it's not about creating a ritual, so to speak, but more so about you being conscious of what's going on. Okay, provide some clarity for you. There's moments of you pausing and remaining still and being able to reflect. Okay. All right. So there's some questions you can ask yourself in your moments of prayer and meditation. And some of those questions are, what am I trying to achieve? That could be, what am I trying to achieve in work? What am I trying to achieve in my business? What am I trying to achieve in my personal life? What am I trying to achieve in my family, right? What am I trying to achieve internally? Also, another question is, what am I doing that is working? What am I doing that's not working? What am I doing that is slowing me down? And what can I do to change? So, these are just a few questions we can ask ourselves in our times of meditation and stillness. What am I trying to achieve? What am I doing that's working? What am I doing that's not working? What am I doing that is slowing me down? And what can I do to change? We need to start understanding, paying attention to, and recognizing our patterns. Okay, super, super important. Because then once we start there, then if we want to improve upon them, we can. We can. And the very next step and beginning to work on our self awareness is writing down key plans and priorities. Writing down key plans and priorities. Um, if you are super tech savvy, we know that we can use our devices to keep our notes, which is always okay. I'm still a journal and a planner girl, so I also love to have that in a pen as well. So, one of the best ways to increase self awareness is to write down what you want to do and also to track your progress. We want to make sure, and I know you guys know this already because we've covered it, but it doesn't hurt to bring it back up. It's imperative that we set smart goals, right? Because we can now measure our success. So, be specific and have measurable goals with a timely it's very timely in terms of the deadline. Why is that important? Because we can measure, right? So we don't want to be vague. We want to be extremely intentional, extremely specific so we can measure our success, our progress, our growth along the way. Awesome. All right. So I love to journal. I love planners. So that's something that I love, and I can just check things off. I also have a to do list. Whatever system works for you, go for it. Okay. Whatever system goes for you, go ahead and go for it. The very next step in terms of um, becoming more self aware is I love this one as well. It is asking trusted friends. So if you have people in your life that you can trust, which I hope that that's all of us, right? Ask them questions about you. You'd be surprised what they've noticed in terms of your patterns, the way that you respond to things, the way that you show up, the way that you react. They pay attention. And so if you haven't been paying attention to you, they are. And so you want to make sure that you act trusted friends. Ask people around you that know you, that really understand you, understand the way that you think, can really bring some light and some clarity to how you are, how you respond, not who you want to be, but who you are today, as well as who they know you can be as well. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Okay. So let's be honest, guys. None of us have it all together, right? None of us do. So we are all a work in progress, including myself. And so it is important that we can trust the people around us to tell us some things about us, right? Feedback from our peers are always important. Our friends, even our mentors, right? Being able to kind of gauge our growth, where we were when they met us, where we are now. What are some areas of opportunity that we have where we can grow? It's not about, once again, you beating yourself up or being too hard on yourself. It's about knowing that there's room for you to improve, grow, and evolve. So definitely prepare your heart and mind to receive feedback and not to be offended and just to be open, right? To be open to the information that you're going to receive in exchange. Okay. So let them know that you're seeking candid, critical, yet objective perspective. Okay. So make your friend or your colleague feel safe. Don't want to be aggressive with this approach, right? You want to make sure that they feel safe to give you an informal, yet a very direct and honest view. Don't get mad. This is their perspective. Okay. So you want to be open so people can be honest with you. So this can mean saying something like, look, I'm actually asking you as a friend. Please be straight with me on this. Please be open with me. Please, I won't get offended. I really want to understand some things better about myself so that I can see areas where I can improve. And so, kind of setting the stage with this safe space allows them to be honest and open with you. Okay, that's really, really important. Another thing you can do as well, and another step you can take, welcome everyone who's joining us, is making sure that you're getting feedback. You're getting feedback at work. Um, for some of you, or many of us rather, we are very familiar with evaluations, right? Whether it's at each quarter, every 3 months, we're having an evaluation, or maybe it's mid year reviews, right? Or an overall evaluation of your work that you've done in the quarter in this new department, on this new team that you're a part of, but there's some level of evaluation that's taking place. And so you want to get feedback. Yes, you can provide your feedback of areas where you see that there can be some growth and change on the team. That's good. But you also want to receive feedback as well. You know how you're contributing to the team, all of your accomplishments, right? But what are some areas where you can improve? Get feedback and ask for it. Nothing is wrong with that. I think in every aspect of our lives, if we begin to wholeheartedly ask for feedback, that will really help us grow. Sometimes, if we're honest, we really think we're doing a great job in certain aspects of our lives. And it's not that we're not, but we can do better. And not only that, we may show up in the best way that we know to show up, but are we showing up in the way that others need us to show up in, right? And so I would take this a step further. Getting regular feedback at work is important. I would take this a step further. Ask your friends, your closest trusted friends. How am I as a friend? Am I showing up in this season of your life in the way that you need me to? And if not, how can I support you better? Asking your family, whether that's your parents, whether that's your children, depending on their ages, right? But how can I show up for you? Am I showing up enough? How can I support you? How can I support you better? Right? Sometimes we think, oh, I'm doing a good job. Send a text every couple of weeks. Is that enough? Do you need more? Right? And so it's just, once again, it's allowing us to be more self aware, just to take a moment, pause, and be more aware. So have those conversations. They're going to be extremely beneficial. They're going to be very eye opening. They're going to provide a lot of clarity for some things that you may not have noticed. We no one here is perfect. So there's room for improvement for us all. So I would hope that you would be open to that. All right. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. So with feedback in the workplace, that can be from your direct supervisor, manager, your colleagues, right? But it's important to get that feedback because you'll notice areas where you can be better, right? And also you'll be able to provide some feedback yourself. So it's very, very important. Take it, reflect on it, try your hardest not to be offended, but as an opportunity for you to grow. And then finally, I want you to ask yourself why. Now, it's just, once again, this exercise is to help you with your consciousness and awareness, not for you to beat yourself up. So, for instance, if emotions are coming up for you, right, even during this segment, and you're like, I don't need this, I'm good. Why do you feel that way? Right. And so begin to ask yourself, this emotion is rising up in me. I'm feeling something, whether that's frustration, anger, sadness, discouragement, whatever that emotion is. And ask yourself, why do I feel the way that I feel? Where is this coming from? Is this really about what's happening now? Or is there a deeper situation that's taking place that's showing up? Is this triggering something else, right? And so you can begin to ask yourself those questions, and it will help you become more aware of your feelings, of your thoughts, of what's happening in your world. And so I want you to begin practicing why, asking yourself why you feel the way you feel, what every time an emotion comes up for you, and just start processing that for yourself. So once again, these steps are simply just to help you be more self-aware. I want to just highlight also some benefits of self-awareness. And some of those benefits are better communication with yourself and others, better decision making skills, improved relationships because everyone's being honest and open, right? And objective. There's higher levels of happiness. There's more confidence attached to being more self aware, better job satisfaction, and better leadership skills. because you're asking for feedback and you're open to it, right? Don't be so closed off. None of us know everything, and there's always room to grow. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's segment about self awareness and that there are some things that you can take a way that you can start applying even today. As always, connect with me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I would love to connect with you and continue the conversation. And so, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today in the Masterpiece Lounge. I am your hostess, certified life coach, author, and speaker, Chrisnatha DeRozier, signing off until next time. And until then, be well, guys. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Take care.